So you remember the old show with Regis Philbin? Who wants to be a millionaire? You remember that show? That was crazy. It was something else. And there was a whole, Steve Martin had a great bit in his comedy bits many years ago. How to be a millionaire. Well, first, you get $1 million. You remember at the first of the year when we sat down, you and I walked through, okay, if you're going to have goals, not wishes, not dreams, but goals have to be 5 things. They have to be specific. They have to be measurable. They have to have a time frame. They have to be written down, and they have to be your goals. My wife wants me to lose weight. Will never cause you to lose weight. My mother always wanted me to be a dentist. You'll be a lousy dentist. You need to own the goal. So here's the thing. Let's just say that your goal was financial stability and financial wealth. Not because you wanted to be a greedy jerk, but because you just wanted to stabilize your life. You wanted to retire with dignity, change your family tree, not be in financial stress. So your goal is to have some money. Let's call that money $1 million. I want to be a millionaire. A millionaire is someone whose assets minus their liabilities equals $1 million. So we're in the process here of finishing up and putting the final touches on the largest and most comprehensive study of millionaires ever done in the United States. We will have just under 10,000 of them that will have given us detailed, in-depth information by the time we're through. I don't want to blow the surprise, but there aren't any surprises. You know how you become a millionaire? You set out to become a millionaire. It's a goal. And it can't be someone else's goal. It has to be your goal. You have to be willing to do what it takes. Now, once you say, okay, I'm willing to do what it takes, what do you do? What do you do? How do you do it? Well, one of the big things we find is that millionaires, the vast majority of them, the primary way they became millionaires was investing in their 401k at work in good growth stock mutual funds over about a 20-year period of time. And the vast majority of them invest around 15% of their household income, what we teach you at Baby Step 4. So it turns out Baby Step 4 is genius! We knew this. We've been doing this for 25 years, but now we've got the data points to prove it. Everyone gets all upset about what the rate of return is on your 401k. But the primary driver of retirement success, according to a study done by the ASPPA, the Actuaries, Consultants, Administrators, and Other Retirement Plan Professionals, a group of nerds. You know what the primary driver of retirement success is, according to them? Savings rate, which means how much you put in. Not what you make on it, not what the expense ratios or commissions are, but what you actually put in. Now, the vast majority of people who put in 15% of their income are very careful to select good, strong mutual funds to put it in, so they do get a great rate of return. For instance, last year, the stock market, S&P, was 19.4% up, so you had a good year last year if you were investing. That's the process. So you invest it in decent mutual funds, but most importantly, 74% of it has to do with whether or not you actually invest. Are you going to invest? So a lot of the large companies have now started with something I don't agree with, but it doesn't matter whether I agree with it, they're going to do it anyway. Automatic registration for your 401k. This report just came out from the Dow Jones News Corp. The downside of automatic 401k savings equals more debt. So here's what's happening. Okay, I'll read a little bit of the article. Automatic enrollment into your 401k. When you take a new job, they automatically put you in the 401k, is fast becoming the default method of getting new employees into U.S. retirement plans. Since the Treasury Department began enacting regs to support the use of auto-enrollment in the late 1990s, 68% of large employers have adopted it. By the way, almost no small employers have adopted. That's odd, but the large companies seem to have this nanny state mentality, some of them. A lot of them. 68% of large employers have adopted it, up from 58% in 2015, and only 34% of them did auto enrollment in 2007. So it's becoming quite the fad to auto enroll. Well, what's wrong with that, Dave? Auto enroll. Because that's someone else's goal. It's not your goal. Unless you have a goal to be a millionaire and you emotionally own the goal and you are willing to be intentional and say, what must be true in my life for me to hit that goal, no one can automatically make you become a millionaire. Because, here's what happens. They auto-enroll these people into their 401k. So 85% of eligible employees participate. Remaining 15% drop out, compared with 66% who actually engage in the plan. If you have to sign up to do your 401k, be intentional about joining it. Employees who were auto-enrolled amassed an average of $3,237 during 4 years. So it's about $800 a year in their 401k contributions. And more than those who were left to sign up on their own. They had $3,200 more on average. But the auto-enrolled employees also had an average of $1,563 more in consumer debt and $4,131 more in mortgage debt. So they took on about $6,000 worth of debt. And, which, by the way, those are two indicators you won't become a millionaire. You stay in mortgage debt and you stay in consumer debt. And $3,200 worth. So you $6,000 in the hole, $3,000 up, net loss of $3,000 for auto enrollment. So the big question, says John Friedman, an economist at Brown University, this is how you get the big bucks right here. You're an economist at Brown University. A big question is whether auto enrollment makes you save more overall. And my reading of this paper is that no, it doesn't. Thank you, John. You, my friend, have a firm grasp on the obvious. You do what I do. You take things that are very obvious and state them. That's what I do, too. Dave has a firm grasp on the obvious. One of my college professors told me that one time. But John has that, too, the economist at Brown University. Because if you go $6,000 in debt on average while you save $3,000 more than the average person, $6,000 more in debt than the average person, then you're $3,000 in the hole over the average person. You'd have been better off to be the average person. How about we choose none of the above? How about we choose you decide to have an intentional goal. You decide to tell your money what to do. You decide to join your 401k. You decide to invest on purpose 15% of your income after you've gotten yourself out of debt and on a budget the way we teach on Baby Step 4. And you will be on track to, in about 20 years, become a millionaire. Some of you sooner. But it has to be your goals. Your company can't do it for you. You companies that are trying to be the nanny state for these people, no, what you need to do is motivate them, not do it for them. You cannot do stuff for people who don't care.